and welcome.
I'm Z.
And I'm Keith.
And we're going to tell you about the movie that we just watched. But first, a little bit of a heads up.
Some of the movies we watch deal with heavy subject matters.
In order to talk about these emotionally delicate things and the heavy subject matters that we sometimes cover, we had humor and crude language to add some levity and to process our own trauma.
If that doesn't feel fun or safe for you, we completely understand. Please take care of yourself first and foremost.
And we spoil the end of pretty much every movie that we watch.
Now you know. On with the show. Lifeforce.
Lifeforce, okay. Okay. Yeah. Wow. What a movie.
I hate it now.
Me?
I hate it when you say that now.
You're welcome. What a movie. Wow. Wowie, wow. There is no way to guess what this movie's going to do because it's it's unlike anything you've ever seen before. Like, it's just so unique.
I'm going to say this. I think I'm learning about Tobe Hooper that he's not hung up on things making sense.
Yeah, he's like, plot? What? I mean, boobies, for one. Two, keep it moving. I don't care how. Whatever. Yeah. Even if you contradict yourself, whatever moves them forward is what we're going to do. Yeah, there was just no... and that end, I was like, what? And then the credits roll.
I feel like we've quite a few of this month and last month's movies, especially. It's just like, okay, it's over.
Yeah. All right.
Spontaneous combustion.
Yeah.
Shit, what was another one?
Was it Sleepwalkers? That was just... No, I feel like that one had...
No, that had more of a resolution.
Yeah. I mean, we've been watching a lot of CSI where they'll just be like, you sometimes can't figure...
It's 100%.
And then credits.
But at least you have people talking.
Well, that's fair. I mean...
I understand why I felt the way I did the first time. It wasn't just misogyny.
It wasn't just misogyny. There was some in there. I feel really bad. I mean, reading all the trivia in there was basically just like Tobe Hooper just wanted her to have no pubes whatsoever. Yep. He was just like, pubes, the enemy. And he would, one of the trivia said that he would insist on them trimming her pubes every day to the point that sometimes they would just sprinkle pieces of wig down to like convince him that they trimmed it because he would be so insistent. And they're like, there's nothing more. We can't trim any more off her little tiny bush. And she was 18, like freshly 18, barely.
She turned 19 on set.
Oh my God. Okay. They made it seem like she basically like.
Well, if I did my math right, because 84, she was born in 65. Yeah. And she. Yeah. So the version I acquired came with some featurettes.
Yeah.
So what I watched is an interview with Tobe Hooper, Matilda May herself.
Okay.
And then a making of.
Yeah.
One. They were all done in 2013, so I assume when it got a Blu-ray or whatever.
Yeah.
And one of my favorite parts of the making of is the woman who did makeup, like not FX makeup, but
right, just
she was talking about what you're talking about, And she's like, we can't do that. We can't, she can't be completely hairless, which is what he wanted.
Yeah.
So he said, well, trim it every day and lighten it if you can.
Yeah.
So every morning I was on my knees, trimming and colouring and making it all look perfect. But we made him laugh one day because Matilda's stand-in didn't have the right length and colour of hair. So Patricia, the hairdresser, had to buy a long wig and cut it. So we had a big pile of hair about 8 or 10 inches long, which we kept. And the day that Toby wanted to come and inspect Matilda, we laid all this hair on the floor and stood her in the middle. And we said, Toby, do you want to come in? And I said, have I cut it short enough for you, Toby? And there's all this black hair laid about on the floor, and he went, hoo, 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 and puffed on his cigar and went out. So it was one of the few times we had a laugh.
She's like, we got him. Apparently, all the Brits, all they knew about Tobe Hooper, if they knew anything, was Texas Chainsaw Massacre, which is understandable.
Right, yeah.
So they all expected some big burly Texan to walk in, and I guess he's fairly small.
Yeah.
And he was just walking around, conflicting accounts of whether or not he was on coke. Cocaine.
Cocaine.
But definitely he was always seen with a cigar in one hand and a Dr. Pepper in the other on set. So apparently he was just very...
Oh, my God.
Not very, not imposing as a director.
Yeah.
Pretty quiet, I guess.
Yeah.
But very much like, okay, let's go. And they're like, it's going to take 3 hours to set up whatever the fuck this scene is.
Yeah. Oh, my God.
Yeah, the makeup lady was great. I'm going to put some actual clips of her talking.
Good.
She was describing that also that the two male vampires that are basically, why did we put them in there?
Yeah.
So it's nearly pointless, except that one of them turns into the cool
bat. Yeah. Oh my God, that was
at the end. But when they're first escape and they're nude, they weren't allowed to be fully nude.
Yeah, they weren't allowed. Yeah.
I don't know by whom.
It was it said in the trivia. It said British
censors.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, so they had to create fake scrotums for them. I don't know why that skirts the censors, but apparently they just had to tuck super hard and then had these fake ball sacks over top.
Over top.
And one of them was Mick Jagger's brother. Chris Jagger is one of the vampires.
Okay, that makes sense.
And I saw a picture and I'm like, oh, yeah, he's obviously
Yeah.
he looks so much like... originally, Hooper wanted Billy Idol as one of the vampires.
And Billy Idol was like, I'd like to have a speaking line, and they said, all right, we'll go with someone else.
I didn't encounter that.
I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm making a joke because they don't even speak. They just go.
Yeah, it's true. Get shot up.
I don't understand any of the... Also, oh my God, I don't even know. I don't know where to start, and I don't.
Ever want to end?
Yeah, there's so much in this movie that doesn't.
I realize. I mean, also a lot of people talking about it, so it's not like my idea. But what it has, another thing it has in common with spontaneous combustion, besides the freedom from making sense, is how it starts one place and ends up in a totally different place.
Yeah.
And
no explanation for half of it.
It starts, it's alien, and then it's obviously after. It's easy to be reminded of Black Hole after we watched it, and it's fairly fresh.
Yeah.
A year ago, but anyway,
it was 2 years ago, wasn't it? It was a year ago. It was 2 years ago. Was it a year ago?
A year ago, September.
Oh my God. That's it? I mean, I don't mean that,
No, because Finn came back almost exactly a year after.
Oh my God. I really don't feel like we haven't been hanging out with Sven for longer.
That was the last time we saw him in person, huh? Speaking of Sven, here's an ad for his super good podcast.
We'll be back after a short break.
Hey, everybody, this is Timmy Capello coming to you. So glad to be here. You may know me. You probably know me. Most people know me as the oily sax man from the Lost Boys. Cry, little sister. But I'm here today to tell you about a great little podcast called Champagne is Also a Band. And boy, howdy, is it. I sometimes get out here to the area. I do guest lecturing at Milliken. So whenever I'm in town, I look up my friend Sven, and we shoot the shit. We talk the industry. We talk jams, bangers, hollers, hoots. We talk about what makes a good scene. We talk about process. We talk about how in 1972 I was on tour with Billy Crystal. We made a stop in Santa Carla, at which time I ended up at a college party, and long story short, I got bit by Ed Kemper, the co-ed killer, who turned me, and then so every year I had to return to perform shirtless saxophone for the teens of the town. That's where I ended up hooking up with Corey Feldman and being in Lost Boys. Well, we don't really talk about that. That got established a long time ago, so everybody knows that fact. Anyway, back when I was touring with Tina Turner, I got hip to Sven's work, and I've been a fan ever since. And I recommend it to you as well. If you like my work, if you enjoy ponytails, bodybuilding as a means to kick heroin, cod pieces, saxophone, yeah, you're gonna love Champagne is Also a Band. I don't know what else to tell you, except I still believe.
That was a really short break. Advert's over.
Okay, and we're back.
Hey, did you miss us?
What you been up to? Happy hell to meet you.
So it starts with, oh my God.
Happy to hell? Happy
as hell to meet you.
But what, is that what I actually said?
You
Anyway.
said happy to meet you. You said happy kamite. Which just means soup.
Also, according to Matilda May, she knew no English.
Yeah. That's what they said. She had to learn her lines phonetically because she didn't know what the fuck she was saying.
Yeah.
To audition for it.
Right.
And then they wanted her to take off her clothes and she
Freaked.
left to call her man. She was like, I don't know what the fuck she was like,
Yeah,
I don't want to.
Her agent then was talked her down, according to her, by saying it's not, you're not going to have to do anything sexual.
Yeah.
You just have to be nude.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's not erotic at all. Okay. Yeah. Then what's the point? I mean, it'd be one thing if, some people can play nudity.
I honestly was very surprised that she's almost never clothed in this film.
Only when she shows up in his dream in her cloak, in that cloak or whatever. That's the only time I can think of.
And it's only for part of the time.
Yeah, right.
And I like how
when
she stands up in the cloak, it's just open. So just her bush is
at
there.
the end too, when she's in the beam. Is that what you're talking about?
What do you mean?
At the end.
Yeah, what about in the beam? What about it?
Is that the scene you're talking about?
No, it's when he finds her in the temple.
Yeah.
And she's talking to him. No. Well, yeah. I thought you were talking about when they fly up in the beam.
No, I just mean she's bathed in the light,
Yeah.
washed in the blood.
Yeah.
No, I was first referring to when we first sort of meet him when he shows up in London
Yeah.
and he has his nightmare and he wakes
Yeah.
up.
The dream. You said the dream.
Yeah, I know, but
And you said, and the robe.
she's wearing a robe in the dream.
Yeah. And the cloak or whatever that she has on in the temple. You said two different, I swear to God, I don't know. I don't even understand.
I'm so sick.
I don't know
having
what
these fights in front of the children.
I'm confused because I don't know what you're trying to
It's fine.
separate, because you said in the dream and then when she has that cloak on.
I didn't remember whatever. Cut it.
All I meant was, like, in the dream, she then takes her robe
She takes
off.
it off almost immediately.
And then when she's in the temple and she has the cloak on, she stands up and it's just open from the waist
bush.
down. So
Yeah.
you just see her like bajingo just hanging there. And I'm like, okay, which is like, again, if you were here for the lobby, you'll know I don't have any issue with female nudity at all, or any.
I have some issues.
But like, I don't necessarily understand. I mean, I don't know. I do find it interesting to have a character that's completely void of any like interest of like wearing clothes. There's literally no reason for her to put on clothes. Like, why would she? She's an alien. Like, it does not make sense. And no one had clothes on. But the guys wear clothes once they transform, quote unquote.
Well, so does she.
And she puts on
When she's a different person.
Sort of. Well, yes, but also like she wears it which is fine. This is not the point of what I'm saying.
Sorry.
What I mean is, like, if it was just like, oh yeah, we just don't. There's no reason for her to have, But like the story being like basically like that she's like, oh, I read your mind and made myself perfect for you. And then Tobe Hooper being like, no pubes whatsoever, no hair. We want her to be hairless and as young as possible.
Right.
I'm like, oh, why couldn't you have left it cool? If she was just naked the whole time and it had nothing to do with anything sexual and everyone else is freaking out and she's just like, literally, what the fuck are you? Like, I'm a fucking alien. I don't know why you care about my boobs being out. I'm literally killing you right now. That would be interesting to me.
Yes.
And it is interesting. I don't, I think it's a very, like curious thing to like make a character naked just to do it. Like, it doesn't like serve a plot purpose, but it's also not like over sexualized or anything. It's not like, oh, I'm just like, trying to fuck every single person I meet or something like that. Or like, I don't know, whatever. Like, it's an interesting concept, but like it does feel when you're like, I was really fascinated because like at the beginning when she first like escapes or whatever, and everyone's like, hey, there's a naked girl running around the building, and everyone's like, the fuck are you talking? No, there's not.
Good joke.
Yeah, they're like, this is a silly prank that is isn't even funny, and then she starts walking around. They see her walking around, they're like, oh, okay, something's going on.
Control, can you say that again?
You heard me. There's a girl on the loose in the building. She must not leave.
Pardon me, but I thought you said she was naked.
That's right. You must find her.
Must be some kind of joke.
And they're all like, okay, hey, this is what's wrong with you? Something clearly is going on with you. Come to daddy. But it's like, right. But then I'm like, and then she's like walking around. And she kills men and women. So that's like a very interesting thing. They don't specify, or, she transforms men and women because it's the girl in the park. And so, and she incorporates, not, she possesses or whatever. people of any gender. So you have
Patrick Stewart.
Yeah, Patrick Stewart and that girl,
Yeah.
So, there's like interesting things like that where it's like she is doing whatever and but she is also like, so it's not like her purpose isn't like I have to seduce all men. Like it's only men that I'm interested in. So that's an interesting thing, but also it's nonsensical because it doesn't have it's like almost cool at every point. You're like, oh, and then you're like, what? And that's really where that's what's hard about it is because you're like, yeah, it would be cool if any of this made any sense, and not to say like it has to have, you need like
airtight logic.
Yeah, you don't need
plot.
exposition to be happening. You don't need it to be like believable, but just like the whole fucking like thing where the blue thing is going all over town and then everyone's a zombie.
Yep.
What is what? That doesn't make sense to what is happening. I don't understand. None of this makes any sense. Why are people zombies? Because that's not seemingly...
Because they've been turned to energy vampires. They're just going around sucking each other's life force out. Hundreds of masks they made for those
I believe it.
crowd scenes.
Oh my God. It was, it's like, and that's like almost, like that's interesting, but you're like, what is that? What is that?
Yeah, that's what I mean. It starts
And
out
then
as
it's like
Alien, and then it's a zombie movie for a second.
Is it a
but
love
it isn't.
story?
Right, I know. Yeah.
Don't know. They don't, I know that it in the trivia it says he dies in the end, but I'm like, that's not what happened in my perspective.
Carlson?
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember.
I'm like,
the last time we see him.
They're
they
shooting
stab.
up and he stabs the both of them, but then they shoot up together in the beam.
Well, that means their life force is transferring.
Right.
They get dissolved into.
But he goes, and then they all start lighting up, and the whole ship lights up. So in my head, that means that they're bringing them all back to life, and then they're going back to the Halley's Comet in the end.
Bring them back to life. Who?
All
the aliens on the ship?
Yes.
Okay. You thought that's what the ball lightning...
No, it literally shows people waking up in their fucking... It shows
does?
it. It literally, they start like popping men. I'm just saying, like, this is why I was like, what? When it ended, because the ball goes back. You see the two of them shooting up the stream at the end.
And it goes from blue to red.
It goes from blue to red, but then it stays blue when it gets to the ship.
Yeah.
And blue light goes everywhere. And all the, okay, so... At the beginning, you know how they find all the dead bats everywhere?
Yeah.
And they're like, what's this? And then they go into the chamber, and then there's just the three of them in like a lit up, and all the other ones are like brown.
Okay.
Or like dark. They're not like lit up. And I was like, does that mean that they're dead? Does that mean that they're empty? They didn't really say anything. And at one point, she's like, we're the only ones that are left or something like that. And so I was like, okay. She's like, they all died.
Because they're surviving off the life force of...
She took some of my energy, and she gave me some of her energy. They must have been living off of each other when we found them. There were only 3 of them left.
So I was like, okay, whatever. But then the thing shoots up at the end, and then it shows that room with all like brown looking things, and like people start appearing in them. Like very slowly, a few people start appearing in them.
I didn't catch that.
And then it just shows and then it just goes out to the ship, and it's all the whole ship starts flickering in blue. And it's just heading towards the Halley's Comet, and then the credits roll. And I was like, so they brought them back to life, or so they killed all the people on Earth. What's happening? Like I was like, it didn't.
No, you get it.
It didn't bring anybody back to life, which I'm not complaining about that because I kind of love that as a concept. Like all these zombies are just dead now because their life force has been drained and is going up. And then. But I'm like, so you're bringing back all these space vampires from death, and then they're just going to go back to Halley's Comet and just chill out, and that's And when he's like, why am I drawn to you? And she's like, you're one of us. You've always,
always
been
have
one
been.
of them. I'm like, what?
Yeah, I know.
What are these feelings? Why do I feel so close to you? Need you?
Because you're one of us. You always have been. You're like me. Be with me.
Oh my God. I really I love the part where he's trying to kiss Patrick Stewart and they're like, God, man, no. Good God. Not this.
Yeah.
He's like,
I like when he's shaking Patrick Stewart for half an hour.
I like when Patrick Stewart's just like,
Yeah. Yeah. Lying there. In the sun.
I like when oh my God, the part where all the blood flies out of them. And
brilliant.
then amazing. And then
she appears
her,
for 1 second.
And she's like, Carlton. And then, and they're like, she's gone. And I'm like, wait, what?
Why did we do that? All of the movie is like that.
Wait. I just remember the fucking pilot.
The helicopter pilot has this live feed of every broadcast in the world.
He is so well informed. He's like, this is just coming through now. And he like lets them listen. He's like, well, you're listening to that. This came through for you. And then they're like, what's this? He's like, I have someone on the horn for you. And then they listen. And he's like, wait, someone's patching this through right now.
I kept flashing. It seemed like it's almost the level of like a Abram Zucker movie, like Out of Airplane or Top Secret or something.
Right. Yeah. No, it felt so absurd.
I'll patch him through now. And then he hands him a note. And
Yeah.
then what's next? A cordless phone.
Yeah,
and
he just keeps like handing, and he like passed a note at one point.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Oh! But he's like, here's headphones, here's a note, here's a phone, and then he's like, listen, this is coming through on the radio now, and I'm like, what is happening? What the fuck is happening? And then, oh my God! And every time you see him, he's like, I'm getting live feed right now from someone who's
How does he
talking
have
to me.
time to pilot?
I know.
It's amazing he kept that thing in the air.
I've had a stressful couple of weeks. And so I said to myself, you know what? We're going to get zooted for this movie. And that made
Let's get retooted in here.
Rat-tat-tooted. So I thought it's like that thing that happens when I was like, I do not feel stoned at all. Like I felt not stoned at all. And then when the first, like when they're doing the autopsy on the,
Yeah.
I was like 1000% I'm stoned. I was like, this is the funniest shit I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
He's just like, so ridiculous. Oh my God. And then they're like, put him in a chamber for 2 hours or what. I don't know. Oh my God. And then when the guy like slams into the fucking,
I love that.
There's so fucking much about this. Like, I don't, this is insane. This movie's insane. This movie said, we have an idea. Think space vampires. And that's the only thing that this movie actually halfway does. The rest of it is just like we're winging it. Like fuck it, let's do it live. Like there's nothing makes fucking sense. There's no like everything they do is pointless. There's no point in anything they do. Like he's like, oh, she's a woman and she's having sex with this dude in a car. I mean, they don't really have sex, but he's like, this guy's finger banging her in a car and they're driving around. Oh, we have
Here's
to
the
find
license
her.
plate.
Yeah, and so they go.
It's a white Volvo.
They find her, and then he's like beating her up and then kissing her, and he's like, I know exactly where this guy is. Or I know where she is now. And then Patrick Stewart's like, okay, and he touches him and he's like, let's go right now to this dude. And then they go and then they're like, get him, and they tie Patrick Stewart up, and the nurse is like, oh, cool, you guys are just coming in doing whatever you want. That's fine. I'll just do whatever you guys say because you haven't shown me a single form of identification.
Captain Lammers. Is that what you're talking about? The nurse?
Yeah. So then, like, and then they get, and then,
yeah,
the
so
whole
much of it
time
is
they're
based on, what Hans Fallada believes.
Yeah.
And what
Carlson
senses or
yeah.
feels.
And all of it is just
Men are so irrational.
also maybe I'm misremembering this. Maybe I'm misremembering, and I could be misremembering, and I could be just wrong, and I might be right. I don't fucking know with this movie. Who knows? But when Falafel or whatever is on the phone, and he's like,
Don't be racist.
when he's and he's like, I killed it. It was me. I killed it. I swear that this sword is in like a like burned up corpse.
When you first see it, you mean?
Yeah, when he's like on the phone, he's like, I killed him. And they're like, how'd he do it? He's like,
yeah.
the good old fashioned way. And it's a burned up corpse, right? And then the guy goes back and the guy's just
all
sitting,
there.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
And I'm like,
you could be right.
I was like, wait a minute. How is he? And then he says, is he really dead this time? And I'm like, wait, what are you referring to? Oh, I guess because they shot them all up or something. Oh my God.
It's not important.
Not to Tobe Hooper.
Mm-mm.
So the part where he's the one part that I fully guessed, because I'm like, obviously this is what happened. So when he's telling them all the story of like what happened on the ship, because what happens is they go into the fucking butthole of a starfish, and they're like, it's an umbrella, don't worry about it, and then
this is gonna be very fun to listen to if you've never seen this movie.
But that's exactly what happened. And then
look,
and then
far be it from me to correct.
And then they say
your descriptions.
And then it's like, oh wow, the ship is suddenly floating outside of Earth. We better go up and get it. And they go up and it's burned up inside, but there's 3 perfectly naked dead bodies or live bodies untouched, and so they take them down to Earth, and then shit starts to happen, and they're like, oh wow, guess what, this, what is it, what's it called, this,
I don't know where the fuck you're at.
the thing when Carlson, he shows up in a escape pod, they're like, the escape pod from Chernobyl is here. What's the It's Churchill from the Churchill.
It's not from the Churchill. He was on the. Maybe
he was on the Churchill. Oh my!
I beg your pardon.
Oh my God! he's like, they open the Churchill.
He wasn't on the Columbia. No, he was on Churchill.
He was on the Churchill because the Churchill was the spaceship, right?
Oh my God! I'm gonna strangle you.
I don't know. Well, I'm not saying anything wrong though. The spaceship at the beginning.
You're not saying anything helpful either.
The spaceship that it opens on a spaceship.
There are at least 3 spacecraft, so I don't know which one you're referring to.
The one it opens on. It opens on the Churchill.
Yes. Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
When you listen back and you see that I said the one that it opens on like 5 times before, you're like, hey, I don't know what you're talking about. Listen. Okay. So, and Carlson, Uncle Carlson, has a beard for no reason. And then
he's been in the fucking pod for however long it takes for him to grow up.
For 8 hours. And how... I don't understand. Also, like...
Which part did you guess?
I'm getting to it.
Really?
I haven't... Listen. And they're like... And he's in the pod, full beard, and then for like 10 seconds, full beard, and then Not even 10 seconds. They're just like, oh, it's Carlson. And they're like, hey, Carlson.
He's there with a
he's
beard.
like, "Argh." And then he walks into a room, like, smash cut, walks into a room fully shaved. And I'm like,
and
why?
uniformed up.
Yeah, I'm like, why did we? And in England,
Yeah.
I think. So you're like, why did you have to whatever. Anyway.
Also, he crashes in Texas.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. He crashes into. Anyway, okay. So they're like, what happened, Carlson? And he's like, well, we got these people on the ship, and then someone, like, so-and-so destroyed all of the radio equipment. And
then everybody started
he
dying.
said, no,
slowly.
he's like, they show the scene where the guy's like, I don't remember destroying all the equipment. And he's like, yeah, well, the only people that were up here were you and me. And I was like, so it was you. Like,
Right,
duh,
right.
it was fucking you. Like, you're the only one that survived. Huh, I wonder. It was you, dude. And then he's like, he's like, you don't understand. And they're like, what is it? And he's like, it was me. I'm the one that destroyed that equipment. It was me the whole time. I'm the one that did it. And I'm like, yeah, no fucking shit.
Carlson survived somehow.
And I'm like, is this supposed to be like this doesn't matter. We're going back. It doesn't fucking matter.
Okay,
anymore.
one thing I will say is that, of course, as is almost always the case, Hooper's original cut was the studio thought it was too long.
Yeah.
So they made him cunt a bunch of shit, and I think all in all, he only shaved off like 12 minutes.
Oh.
But one of the consequences was that a lot of the stuff from the opening stuff with the Churchill ended up on the floor, but also that they cut back and forth to it. Like, it was all linear originally.
Yeah.
They didn't have the flashbacks that
Yeah.
they do. So I think that explains only some of that.
Yeah, I there's and I just want you to know my explanation. You might be like, what does this mean? That's how I felt watching it too. Like, there's no.
Yeah. Okay. Sure.
It was so. Also, I was stoned. So, but it made it so much fun. I was like breathless so much throughout this movie.
Yeah, I was getting punched a lot.
I did. I felt bad because I was like, poor Keith. I hit him so many fucking times. I was just
especially early on.
I was punching the fucking shit out of his elbow and his fucking arm, his chest, maybe his face. I don't know what I was hitting. I was just hitting.
Yeah, blind.
Because I was like, I knew that this was going to be stupid. I didn't know this was going to be this stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Like, fucking what? The guy's just like, for so fucking long. And, like...
There's a lot of lengthy screams, like people taking full breaths to continue.
Right.
Carlson, when he wakes up from his nightmare.
He's like,
And when Falada finally dies... His scream goes on forever.
Apparently that got shaved down too. That was supposed to be, that got trimmed due to the censors. And I'm like, well, that explains that.
Really?
Like, it was, like there was going to be like a...
just a penis?
Probably. God, who knows? Also, his whole thing, oh my God. The part where he's just like in the shadows. And then he like, there's no makes no sense. For Carlson, who, in my opinion, specifically when he's supposed to be upset about something, he just sounds like it's a fucking wizard people or whatever. It just sounds like Brad Neely.
That's right, I forgot. You said he sounded like a Brad Neely
That's
character.
what he sounds like to me.
That's so funny.
It was me. I was on that ship. And I destroyed the equipment so that you couldn't get to it. That's what he sounded like to me. It's like, oh my God.
It wasn't Rawlings who destroyed the radio equipment and the ship's tapes. It was me.
Why?
I didn't want the Churchill to be able to reach Earth. And if it did, I didn't want anyone to know what happened.
She's my vampire queen. Like, you're like, what is going on? It was so hard to take him seriously, though, because he'd be like, I have to tell you something. It was me the whole time. And I was like, I just feel like I'm watching something that Brad Neely is voicing over. That's all I felt like.
The gig is up. There were kids. Kids in the adult books.
One of the, I don't remember the guy's name, but he said he didn't even take a credit. They offered him one, but he didn't take it because he was like, basically it was secretarial work. But it was like his job was to basically translate storyboards, and like he was getting fed things from the special effects and Hooper and other people. And he had to turn it into an actual script for the actors.
Oh, God.
Yeah. What was I going to say about him? Oh, he said when he first, whatever treatment he had, yes, there was
Right.
some script. He was like,
Yeah.
He was like, but there were huge holes in it. It was very loose. And I forget who he said he was talking to, but he was like, so this is like a parody? We were like, no. He was like, okay, well, it's like a pastiche. And they're like, no, it's a serious... It's like
a very
Alien.
serious movie. I don't know what...
He was like, I don't really see it, but okay.
Agreed, yeah. Honestly, and I, like...
No, this is what makes a great cult
for
film
sure.
is the...
If I felt like I was watching something made in the late 60s, early 70s. That's what it felt like.
Yes, and one of the things Hooper said himself several different times, I saw him say this in my viewing. He was like, well, I basically just wanted to make a 70 millimeter Hammer film.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, okay, well, that does explain a lot.
It was just so...
Well, it's also like, well, he got a big budget.
Yeah.
Like, I think Poltergeist must have been a big hit for him, right?
Oh, yeah.
Theater. I remember it being culturally a big deal, but having never seen it.
Yeah.
But I assume it did gangbusters because it says on the poster for this movie, it's like from the director of Poltergeist. Okay, I want to talk about Canon Pictures.
Okay.
A little bit because they're the ones that funded it, produced it. They're notorious because they did a lot of in the 80s, which was their heyday, sort of. They had this. They were one of the few production houses that had this range where they did tons of B movies, like super low budget movies. They sort of got a name by doing a bunch of action movies.
Yeah.
And then after they got enough, sort of, I don't know, things under their belt or like, I don't know, cachet or just how. I think it was basically money, but I think they started producing like serious films also. And this one they were aiming to be a big blockbuster.
Yeah.
They threw a bunch of money at it. They told Hooper to do whatever. But
they said, you do you, boo.
Yeah, and then they went bankrupt and got bought like a year after, like in the late 80s.
That's crazy.
I know. The two main guys are Menachem Golan and Yoram Globus. They're cousins, both born in British-mandated Palestine.
Oh, wow.
Both European-descended Jews.
Oh, okay.
Menachem, during the Israeli War of Independence, as it's called in Israel, in Palestine they call it the Nakba.
Ah, I see.
Nakba. I did a
yeah,
which is Hebrew.
Yeah.
So my apologies. He was an Air Force pilot during the Nakba. The cousin Yoram was in the IDF, of course.
Oh yeah, why not? Yeah.
Well, it's mandatory.
Well, that's yeah.
Yeah, so Israeli guys who did a lot of work in Hollywood, made a lot of money.
Yeah.
Yoram's parents, I think, opened a cinema in Israel. So he is, but the people working on, like Tobe Hooper, loved them because he said they actually liked movies. So as executives and producers or whatever, it's not always the case, especially nowadays. But
sure.
But that's also why they crashed and burned because
right.
But I guess Yoram was also Globus was their Menachem's family name was Globus also. Changed it to Golan, which I noticed a lot of Israelis do that, right?
Okay.
They change their especially if they weren't born there, come from European families who have European names and then change them to sound more Hebrew.
Okay.
Benjamin Netanyahu is one, for instance. Where was I going with this? Oh yeah, like the Golan Heights, which is an area historically belonging to Syria that Israel stole in 1967. So, just noticing some things.
Just putting that out there.
Just noticing some things about.
Yeah.
Yeah. They produce and I think before Canon, Menachem made a film called Operation Thunderbolt in the 70s, which is about this famous incident where I don't remember the details of the actual events, but some flight was hijacked that had Israelis on it, and it was landed in Entebbe, Uganda, and the IDF went in and liberated this plane full of Israelis from terrorists, which were probably Palestinian, if I'm remembering correctly. So he did that, and Cannon Films made Delta Force, which was a Chuck Norris vehicle where he basically it's Israeli propaganda.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I really want to watch it because he rides around on a motorcycle that shoots rockets out of the front.
Yeah.
Riding around shooting Palestinians, I presume.
It's a new age of terror that requires a new breed of warrior.
1 minute to showtime.
We're members of Delta Force and we're here to take you home.
America's elite anti-terrorist commandos. Committed to destroy the enemies of freedom. Because the stakes are more than pride.
Sleep tight, sucker.
More than honor.
Move it.
More than justice.
American, I want to negotiate. Do you hear me, American?
Loud and clear.
Would you recommend this film?
Oh, we're there already. I barely said hardly anything, I feel like.
Okay. What would you like to say?
I would recommend it, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you be prepared to,
Is it a good movie? No. Do I think you should watch it? 1,000%. I think you should watch it for sure. Like unless you don't like titties and will peel your own eyes out if you see them, which, come on, let's be real.
There's substantial too.
There is, yeah. They're nothing to balk at. I personally think this movie is just absolutely fundamentally flawed. There is no point in this movie that I was like, oh, this makes sense. No, none of it made sense. It was ridiculous. It was ridiculous. It was redonkulous.
Whoa.
I don't even know how to describe. Like literally, I just no words. And I want all of you, every single one of you, to experience the joy of that. Like, I don't want to gatekeep this. It was insane. The whole time I was like, and obviously I think you should be a little tooted, a little zooted, a little
out of your
for it. Yeah. So enjoyable. I woke up this morning with no memory of having watched the film. And then when you hugged me, I was like, oh my God, we watched an entire film last night. And that was the movie that was. Yeah. And I said, wow. What a movie.
Yeah, it's hit or miss watching things about the making of movies for me, because if I like a movie, I generally probably won't watch too much or read too much about.
Yeah.
Because it can, demystifies, breaks the mystique of a lot of things. Yeah. But things like this, it helps me appreciate. But it's also rough because it's like so much work went into this thing that, like, to hear the art department and the FX people talk about like all that went into all the Churchill sequences and stuff, and then how you barely see any of it, like some of the shit's really impressive, or visually striking anyway to me, like when they're floating down the rectum or whatever. Here's the other technical thing I wanted to put in there. Those scenes where they're on their little jetpacks floating through,
yeah,
to me is hilarious because they're booking. Sure.
Yeah,
they're going so fast.
Yeah.
They were all on one wire. I guess it's called a Kirby wire. The harnesses, unless they're someone was saying, unless they're done up, which they weren't for anybody, are basically just. Straight through the crotch and one wire to the other one, so very uncomfortable.
Oh my God!
It took them. I think it said it took them like an hour to get everybody in place onto the wire, so then they would be set up there for hours.
Oh my God!
The suits are hot, of course.
Yeah,
they had little air conditioning, but when they were shooting, they had to be turned off.
Right.
So that's when it's hottest. Plus the helmets. And people would get sick in them. They would vomit, and then they'd have to bring everybody down because they vomited inside this spacesuit. But like one of the things was like, if they were moving and then a pendular motion started, it quickly, exponentially would get everybody swinging, and of course people got sick that way too.
Oh my God! What a horrible.
Yes, a bad system.
Yeah.
And I think it's the guy, one of the guys, I think it's the guy, the Churchill guy who's like, just looks about perfect to me.
Oh my God. I've been here for 6 months.
Yeah, that guy is one of the, there was an interview with the guy who played Carlson that I didn't watch just because I deprioritized it. But that guy was like, he was like, yeah, my harness said Christopher Reeve, Superman on it.
Aww.
Which was also produced by the Canon Pictures. Apparently they also, forgot to say this part, one of the unique things about Canon Pictures is that how they sold their films was, I don't think this is unusual anymore, but like, they would start raising money, I guess they heavily advertised at Cannes, for like the next year of their production cycle.
Yeah.
They get one film funded and then take the profits from that to film the next film. And so,
yeah.
But apparently this did not do well in the box office.
I'm not shocked.
TriStar, who distributed it, apparently
Yeah.
The test screening, people didn't like it, and so they didn't advertise it, which is bonkers to me. That seems backwards.
Yeah.
But yeah, they really poured a lot of money into it, and we're trying to make a space epic,
Right.
you know. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of what I felt, like the end being so confusing. I'm like, it definitely feels like they're not closing it.
Right.
Just, so that it can come back. And I'm like, crazy that nobody wanted a sequel to this.
Apparently in the novel, I mean, there's quite a few differences, I think, but first of all, it's set in the late 21st century.
Yeah, I was wondering. I was like, they're not saying it, and there's, I'm like, this absolutely feels like it's supposed to be futuristic.
It was supposed to be set contemporaneously. Like, it's supposed to be in the present, according to Tobe Hooper.
No, I know. That's what I'm saying. I could tell, but the way I'm like, this does not feel like the source material was supposed to be.
Oh, I see.
I knew that, like, because of the dates and everything, like, they weren't saying anything was futuristic, and they weren't like showing. But I'm like, this makes no fucking sense the way that they're doing it. I'm like, we don't just send shuttles out to asteroids or whatever, like to see what's going on. Like I'm like, this isn't. We're not gonna do this. So a lot of that shit, I was like, this
it's definitely an alternative timeline.
Yeah, for sure. You said
the novel. Yeah, I guess in the book you get a scene at the end that's set 100 years ahead of the events depicted.
Yeah.
Of Carlson. So the implication being that he learned, because I guess also in the novel it's like Hans Verlade. He's not studying death. He's actually interested in energy transference between beings. So
yeah,
he already has.
Yeah,
he's more in tune with what's going on here.
Yeah.
And it doesn't have to be. It can be beneficial. It doesn't have to be a
right. Yeah.
Which is more interesting as well,
for sure.
Potentially interesting.
Yeah.
It's like a lot of things. It doesn't have to be. It could be a metaphor for sex or what have you. So the implication is he's figured out some beneficial way to extend his life through this energy transfer.
Nice.
That's great, Haviti. I hated the alien ship.
It looks like an umbrella. Did not. I would never think it looked like an umbrella.
Well, in certain scenes, it kind of did, but I mean, I got it eventually. But it's one of those things like it gets described one way and then it's contradicted.
Yeah, right. Nonsensical.
Yeah. Also in the book, I guess it's more. The book is considered Lovecraftian.
Yeah.
Go figure. I know that doesn't really mean much, but that these are like ancient creatures that have been on Earth before.
That's what they say.
Yeah. Okay. In the book too, they're just like they're actually transcendent beings. They're just pure energy, and there's something about like the vampiric. They're sort of an offshoot of this race. And in the book, I think they're about to kill the prime minister or whatever, and then the alien race shows up and offers the vampires like, "Hey, you can come join us and be pure energy."
Yeah.
And they're like, "Oh, okay." Then they do, but then they destroy themselves because they're, I guess, out of like guilt of what they had become or something. I don't know. But
wow.
Anyway.
Crazy.
Isn't that wild?
It's so weird. Oh my God, it's crazy.
The novel is called The Space Vampires. 1976. Colin Wilson, I think, is the author's name. And it was a book Menachem Golan gave to Tobe Hooper. He said, make this into a movie. And Tobe Hooper was walking out, and he was like, I'm serious. But they didn't want to call it The Space Vampires because in like this, understandable, I think, in early mid 80s.
Yeah.
They were like, this sounds like an Italian movie that was made 10 years ago. So,
Yeah.
since they wanted to be taken seriously, they were like, and then in the making of featurette, like you get it cuts from everybody who's appeared, and they were like, it's like, I think that was a good decision. I think that was the worst decision they made. Because it's like, well, the best argument was that the book had fans.
Yeah, right.
It had a following already. And the other being like, you go to see a movie called Lifeforce. This is not, I doubt you were expecting.
Space vampires.
My other favorite besides the makeup lady was the guy who played the home minister. Because he's...
Oh my god.
Also, this is 2013 or whatever when it was made, so everybody's like in their 60s or 70s. Yeah. He's just very... He's speaking very slowly. He's got these tiny little glasses, and he's making his eyes very big. And he's always like... he's like... Toby was like a little fairy running around sprinkling gunpowder on everything. Which apparently he did for all those like explosions in the street, all the street scenes. Like apparently they actually had to call the fire department because they lost control.
Oh my god!
Of it, but he was like,
Hooper was rather like a pixie in a way. He would go around putting gunpowder here and there, blowing up all sorts of places, including me. I think actually Patrick Stewart blew up as well.
Okay.
All right,
I guess. Happy Lifeforce, everybody.
Yeah, happy Lifeforce Day to all who celebrate.
A tremendous atmosphere working on a picture. I mean, half the crew was spaced out on coke and stuff like that because they were all into drugs. I think they'd been seduced by the Lifeforce.
Just dropped from the skies. You better watch out now. I'm telling you, sister, for the blood-sucking monsters and the flying saucers. We're under attack from the upper quarter. Watch out for your sister, your mother, and your daughter.
What's the government doing? Nothing. It's a fucking disgrace.
Lesbian vampires from outer space.
Yeah, okay. Sure. Extra special thanks once again to Champagne is also a band podcast. Please check them out at champagneisалсоабand.podbean.com or wherever free podcasts are sold.